What if I told you this house right here is discounted by $27,000 and it's not even the most heavily discounted house in this neighborhood?
But wait, there's more.
That's right, guys. This house right here is really discounted $27,000, and they've got another one in this neighborhood discounted $60,000 that I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video. What's going on, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Debelak, and on this channel, I show you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, I am back in the city of Menifee in the community of Oakshade by KB Homes, where I'm going to show you guys 3 quick move-ins that they've got left. They've only got 4 left in this whole community. The 3 quick move-ins I'm going to show you today, plus one last dirt lot that is discounted $60,000. All right, it's going to be a 2-story house similar to one next door to that one. All right, so 2-story lot with all the selections pre-done. All right, tons of upgrades, but it's heavily discounted. So the last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you guys that dirt lot, walk you through the floor plan, show you the upgrades and everything like that. All right, so but anyway, so I'm going to walk you through the 3 quick move-ins they got. We're going to hop on a map. I'm going to show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over schools, shopping, medical care, all that sort of stuff, all right, to see if this could be your somewhere in SoCal. All right, a couple things I want to address before we kind of start to dive into things. Number one, I always get asked about the HOA. In this community, the HOA is $81 a month, which is really cheap. All right, now there's no community pool or anything like that, but it's very well landscaped and maintained. And there's also an awesome park, all right, just a really serene park, playground, all that stuff, all right, that is available to community. There's also another park really close by. All right, tax rate in this neighborhood is gonna be 1.83%, which is kind of on the lower side for new builds. All right, a lot of the new builds are kind of closer to 2% in this area, so this being 1.83% is kind of sort of on the lower side. Now keep in mind that does include special assessments, Melrose, all that sort of stuff, right? And we are in a great location. As I mentioned already, we got the park in the neighborhood. You've got a brand new shopping center just minutes away. It's gonna have a Starbucks, Chipotle, which are currently built. It already has 7-Eleven gas station. We got a grocery store, a McDonald's, lots of stuff coming to that shopping center that is just minutes away from here that I'll show you guys. We also have great access to the schools. We got the elementary school right down the street. We have the middle school one neighborhood over, and then we got the high school super close as well. So if you're someone who has kiddos and needs to take them to school, just know that they're super close. Also super close is the freeway. We got great freeway access, and we're just 1 freeway exit away from the main shopping center in Menifee, what I like to call the Four Corners, with all the shopping you could ever need. All right, a couple of little housekeeping things before we dive into these houses. All right, number one, all right, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff where we're treating new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. All right, the other thing, all right, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever, I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, the last thing, all right, I'm going to put a QR code on the screen right now. All right, I know a lot of you guys watch on TV, but I want to get you guys kind of like in the loop. All right, so before I come out and do these tours and stuff, all right, I use this website where this QR code is. All right, you guys have access to it too. All right, so scan that code, make a little account, start searching for houses. All right, not only just here, these are all the new houses. All right, or I should say 90%. 90% of the houses are at this link. All right, but not only in this area, right? I know a lot of you are considering Vegas, Arizona, Texas, all those areas too. You can look at new houses there too. So scan that and have fun. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this tour started. All right, guys. So we're going to start things off with their cheapest one left. This is plan 1472. It's 1,472 square feet. We're going to have 3 beds, 2 bathrooms, and this one starts at $550,000. All right, we'll kind of show you what this thing looks like from the street. All right, you see some really nice curb appeal. It's got their most expensive exterior there. It's exterior C. All right, he's kind of got those stones on the outside and stuff like that. You'll see it's kind of landscaped on the outside here with this, like, I call it desert vegetation. I'm probably using the wrong terminology. Anyways, so this is how your house comes no matter what you get. All right, it's gonna have a drip system on the front, but you can see like the neighbors there to put the turf there, neighbor across the street over here, put turf over there, so you can do whatever you want after the fact. All right, but we'll go on up and see this thing. All right, it's nice little long entryway as we come in. Coming through here, and this one, it's sitting here, so they kind of like semi-staged it. It's not a model home, but it is staged a little bit. So you get this nice entryway here. You'll see the upgraded flooring pretty much throughout everywhere but the bedrooms. All right, so we'll turn to the right here, and we're gonna have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So we got bedroom number 1 right here at the front of the house. This carpet you see there, window looking out to the front. Right, you got the sliding mirrored closet doors there, and then they do have the wired rack hanger in there. All right, usually have the black finishes on the doorknobs though. It's a nice little touch. All right, right off of that, we're gonna have our little storage or linen closet right here. We'll have bathroom number 1. Let there be light. There we go. You guys, there you're rocking Pizza Planet today. For all your Disney Toy Story people. All right, so we've got nice countertop here at the sink. Once again, the black finishes, good size mirror. All right, you can have your toilet over here, shower tub combo. And we got the rack for the towel there. All right, then over here we have bedroom number 2. All right, and as I walked in here, I kind of just noticed the tall ceilings. We got 9-foot ceilings in here. All right, but we got bedroom 2 right here, window looking out to the side. And it's very similar to the room we were just in. What is plugged in over here? Oh, okay. They put Wi-Fi in the house for now. That's a little different. It's probably for the door, smart door we got. All right, then over here we're gonna have our garage access. All right, we got some more stuff over here. So you got the garage access here. So 2-car garage. You do have the little utility door going out to the side of the house. Water here. And then we got our batteries and all that stuff. All right, last week someone wanted me to explain more, 2 weeks ago, what's in here. So you got your sprinkler system right here. All right, you're gonna have your solar stuff right here, including a nice backup battery. All right, so that's kind of what's on the walls. I like the little art there. All right, as we go further down this long hallway, we got our coat closet right here, and then we've got our laundry room. All right, so you got the washer dryer hookups, right? Remember, it's going to need to be all electric in this community. All right, and then you got that shelf or rack up top there. Go further on down. All right, we're into the great room. Let's see a nice little pan of what this is. Very nice and cozy feeling here. All right, and then right here we have this door. This is going to be our pantry. All right, TV not included. All right, so decent sized pantry there. All right, and then here's kind of just the kitchen. See the spot for the fridge there. A nice island with those nice countertops. All right, you get the waterfall ledge there. We could probably fit 3 to 4 on that island. And they got this. Hey guys, real quick. Because this one's modeled like this, I've seen stuff like this. If you wanted this house where they'll include certain things you like that. All right, so it's possible. No promises, but it's possible. All right, let me do the work for you. All right, so anyway, so we've got this nice island, like the lights hanging down there. All right, and then you'll note the sink is over here off to the side versus being in the center of the island like it is at some spots. So you get this nice little I call it an entertainer's island, right? You can hang out here, the TV going up there. Everyone's kind of just in all the spots, all the right spots. So there's a nice setup. That nice white cabinets. Once again, the black finishes, the handles and all that. Even the faucet there. All right, then we got our designated dining area right here. And you could go circle or square or rectangle. There's lots of options here with the amount of space that they've got. All right, then you kind of just got your living room set up right here. You can see that area rug accentuating. I like to always point that out. Buy yourself a rug. All right, it really elevates the the space. Oh, that's kind of a cool little 3-picture in 1 picture. Pretty sweet. All right, and then right here we got our backyard. I always say these things come as blank canvases. This is literally what it comes with. Like 1 block like that, and then the rest is up to your imagination. Alrighty, so we're on the back of the community here, so you do have that wall, and you get the vinyl on the sides, vinyl fencing there. All right, but pretty decent sized yard. I don't know if you could put a full pool, but I locked it, sweet. All right, so let's go in the back here and see the master bedroom. This is like landing area before we get to the bedroom here. And then boom, here is the master bedroom. All right, so decent sized master. All right, you got the good sized bed there. You got the little nightstands slash dresser thingies on each side. You're gonna have 2 windows letting a natural light out. You got some sort of semi-cool views here. I like that hill over there. I live like right over there. So that's like the same hill I get from my house. Anywho, so you got a nice little setup over here. That was not a fart, that was my shoe. I'm not wearing socks. I don't know if the micro picked that up or not. Anyways, all right, so walk into the master bathroom. All right, you'll see you got the dual sinks here, the medicine cabinet, nice big mirror. Once again, you got the black finishes here. You got the soaking tub and the walk-in shower there. All right, so I know sometimes on the some of these houses just have like the one shower, so there's the upgrade here of having the bathtub and the shower. That nice window looking out to the side. We're gonna have our throne area right here. There you go. There's that. You see we even got the upgraded flooring in the bathroom back here. All right, and then we've got our walk-in closet. You got just real quick, I didn't press that button, and it does like motion sensors in the walls. Very smart house, so it just knows where you are. Let there be light. All right, so pretty decent sized closet. I'm just gonna do the spin test just to show you guys. All right, I had to bend my arms a little bit, but I kind of sort of can do the spin test, and then also I'm gonna make sure you guys saw this little like cutout area with the rack here. So, anyways, this right here was plan 1472. They got 2 of these available, so I'll point another one out. Sorry, I will point another one of these out a little bit later. All right, I don't know that I'm gonna walk through the whole thing like I did this. All right, to be determined. Anyway, so plan 1472, this is 1,472 square feet. You got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and this one starts at $550,000. All right, so next up, I wanted to take you into the other plan 1472 that they have available. All right, we just toured the last one. I just want to show you the other one they've got available here just to show you a little bit of something different. So all the specs are the same as far as beds and baths and all that, a little bit of a different exterior. Now, this one right here is going to be at $559,000. It's got $15,000 of savings, so it was really $573, and they cut it down to $5. Did I do my math? 58, 14, 15, $14,000. All right, so $14,000 in savings. It was $573, and now it's $559. Anyways, all right, so a little bit of a different exterior. I'm gonna motor through this one, guys. All right, just to kind of show you. All right, so one difference here is this one. Because I know you're going to ask, why is the price different? Why is it higher? All right, we are on a cul-de-sac here. All right, I actually sold the house down there. All right, the one with the red Tesla down there. All right, it's Dennis. All right, anyways. All right, so we'll walk on up to this one and show you this. A little bit different exterior. I like the little shutter look on the outside here. All right, but I'm not going to spend too much time in here. I'm going to kind of motor through this thing and show you. All right, oh, they got this one kind of modeled up too. All right, usually I just want to show you the differences. So, all right, the other one had the black finishes. This one has, it looks like, the finishes are like that copperish thing, but the doorknobs and stuff are still kind of that regular silver color. So I'm just going to kind of bypass everything because everything else is pretty much the same. Show you guys the kitchen, which looks basically the same. All right, different color light fixture up here. All right, and then I put the 3 stools there. They did have a rectangular table on this one. All right, here's kind of the setup they got for the living room. Real quick, let's go see the bath, the master bath. So they still got the landing area here, and then here's the master. But everything's pretty much the same for the most part. So this one's on a cul-de-sac, and the finishes are a little bit different. And I'll go and show you guys the backyard in a second. All right, but you guys can see pretty much everything is the same. No major differences. I'll show you the faucet in here since it's different. There's a lot of copper style finishes in this one. All right, and then this one appears to have a little bit of a bigger backyard. Oh, I guess I gotta pull this pipe up. There we go. All right, so show you guys the backyard on this one. So yeah, this one is gonna have a little bit of a bigger lot. All right, but still, you're gonna have no rear neighbor. There's a street between this part of the community and that part of the community. All right, and a car just drove by. I don't know if my mic picked it up, but very minimal traffic there. So even though you're kind of on the back side of a street, you're not gonna have much traffic, or noise, I should say. All right, but yeah, like this is Yeah, this is a way bigger backyard. None of them. I'm walking through it. I'm kind of backing up to the corner here just to kind of show you. So huge yard. This is much bigger than I thought initially. All right, anyways, so that was kind of just to show you this other one. So again, plan 1472, 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,472 square feet. And this one was $14,000 off, so it's $559,000. All right, so we're leaving that house, the second plan 1472. We're actually gonna head 2 doors down. All right, and I'm just gonna kind of walk and show you because you have 2 YouTube neighbors here of 2 of you guys buy these houses. So I'm gonna walk up to this one next. It's gonna be this little, this green one here, another single story, same street. So we're still on a cul-de-sac, kind of sort of on the bend as we enter this cul-de-sac. All right, but this right here is going to be, this is plan 1620. All right, it's gonna be 1,620 square feet, 3 beds, 2 bathrooms. Now this one right here has $27,000 in savings. All right, so it was initially $593,000, and right now it's going for $566,000 as they close out this community. So kind of a similar exterior to the one we just saw down there, just don't have the shutters on the outside here. All right, we kind of see here as we go on up to see this thing. Open. All right, so come on into this one. Oh, they got this one staged up too. They're really trying to move this thing. So the last time I was in this house, it wasn't staged either. So anyway, so we got this nice long hallway. This is gonna be a little, kind of a similar layout to the ones we've just seen, but a little bit bigger. All right, so we'll turn to the left. We've got bedroom number 1 right here. We got those 2 windows looking out to the front. You can see, like, look at this super cool views of these hills and stuff out here. All right, this is like a nice community, just kind of tucked in between some hills. All right, so the nice tall ceilings in here. You got the sliding mirrored closet door there. Turn. We got bathroom number 1. All right, you'll see we kind of got the darker cabinets in here. Make sure that'll match the kitchen. All right, you got a nice big mirror, shower tub combo. And there's all the normal stuff, the toilet. We got bedroom number 2 here. This one feels, it's kind of on the side of the house, it feels darker in here, like naturally darker. All right, it's kind of a more gloomy day, but there's some sunshade on the side of the house. At what time is it? It's about noon, almost noon. All right, so same thing at the mirrored sliding closet doors there with the closet. We'll walk further on back. We're gonna have our garage access right here. So you get a quick little show. All right, so this one's gonna have the, the same setup that I showed you guys the other house. All right, we're gonna have the water heater tucked around the corner right there, service door, sprinkler, and then solar stuff, the inverters and the battery and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go back here. Further on down this long entryway. All right, so this is gonna be like, it's back up. This is gonna be like a super naked wall. All right, so I'm gonna have to do some decorations along the way here, most likely. All right, but we'll turn down this little hallway. We've got our coat closet. Right here, we're gonna have a little storage / linen closet. And then right here, we're gonna have our laundry room. All right, so you got the rack up top, washer dryer hookups, and you kind of see this flooring throughout. This little piece of art right there. All right, we'll walk further on back. All right, and then boom, we have a much bigger living room area. All right, than the plan 1472 that we saw earlier. All right, so a nice big living area just to kind of show you everything, and then we'll get to it in a second. The master's bedrooms are going to be back here. So I'm going to just give you guys a little feel of the kitchen there. We got those darker cabinets. I can't tell if these are black or they're black. I thought these are black or I think they're black. I'm partially colorblind, so it's kind of close. All right, so we got the nice cabinets there, the nice countertops. You got 3, they fit 3 here. You could probably maybe squeeze 4. All right, and then you see kind of what it looks like with the other ones. All have the chandelier hanging down or the light fixtures hanging down. All right, this one does not have that. All right, so once again though, no sink in the middle of your island. A nice little shot of the TV. Just kind of feels very similar to the house that we just saw. Just like I said, just bigger. All right, you'll see like a much bigger pantry back here. All right, so we got pantry here. Lots of space in there. And then we got our sink off to the side over here. And then we got our little designated dining area. Then we've got our living room set up. So you kind of got everything very open concept here. Everything kind of just flows together really nicely. With that big window looking out to the back. Then you got the sliding door. I'll show you guys this backyard. All right, so just like that second one we just saw, all right, you're gonna have the vinyl fencing on the sides, and then you've got that wall in the back. And then once again, two cars drove by. There's not a whole lot of traffic through here, all right, but not a whole lot of noise either. I know that's gonna be a concern for some people because there's a street right behind here, but not too bad at all. And then when you're inside, the insulation of the windows are so good you can't really hear anything. So pretty good sized backyard. Feels a tad smaller than the one we just saw a second ago, but this square footage is a little bit bigger, so it's kind of just eating up some of the backyard here. So I'll kind of show you what the road is like back here. Walking trail behind you. Here's the houses over there, hills in the distance. Yeah. Anywho, so let's go on in. That's weird. I just noticed this. They put like the shutters on the back of the house. But did I miss it? I'm gonna miss it on the front of the house. I don't think they did though. I thought I made a comment. Anyways, all right. So as I'm walking to the master, getting this all set up. All right, just want to remind you guys. All right, if you like anything you see, all right, go ahead and reach out. My phone number is gonna be on the screen right now. Whether they come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. All right, and whether this is just somewhere or not, like you could like one of these houses I'm showing you today. Or I can go show you some other houses. So we've obviously got a few single stories in today's video. All right, but there's tons of development going on. I'm so fired up because before I got here today, I was just doing some research on the different developments coming. Guys, I'm just mind blown at how fast this area is growing. Since the 4 years I've moved here, but like the future plans that I just saw, crazy growth. So there's just a really good opportunity, especially these houses that are in the 500s. With what I know is coming down the road, I think it's just a really solid investment. Anyways, all right, we have now made it to the master bedroom. All right, one thing I'll point out, there was no entryway like the other houses, all right, as we get here, but we got the master bedroom here. Those two windows. This one is not staged, all right? So usually when it's not staged, it feels smaller, these houses do. It's kind of weird because you'd think it would feel bigger because there's nothing, but that's hardly ever the case, all right? So here's the master. I'll give you a little feel for that. And then we're going to have our master bathroom over here. All right, so you're going to have the two sinks, medicine cabinet, mirror. Then over here, still do have the soaking tub, the walk-in shower. Then we're going to have our little throne area over here. And then we've got a bigger closet. All right, so we're kind of at the door here. I'm trying to just spin to show you. Boom. So just a really long closet. All right. So you guys are at the end of one rack. All right. And you can see like I'm barely halfway. I could basically do this. Kind of sort of do the spin test. There's a lot of space here. All right. Anyways, so this right here was plan 1620. It's 1,620 square feet. You got 3 beds, 2 bathrooms. And this one right here is discounted $27,000. All right, so it's from $593 all the way down to $566,000. Alrighty, guys. So next up, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over school, shopping, medical care, things to do, commute times, all that sort of stuff. So let's dive into my computer. So where the heck are we? We are at Oak Shade at Shadow Mountain by KB Homes, kind of on the northern side of Menifee. And we're just east of the 215 freeway. So you see that here in a second, just the how close we are to the freeway, actually, in the freeway entrance. So anyways, let's start off by talking about the schools. All right, so let's go over here. We are going to be zoned. I probably don't even have to do the directions here, but you'll see the school here. All right, Boulder Ridge Elementary. All right, this is our elementary school that is right close to us here. It's a 20-minute walk. All right, let's see how long the drive is, though. We've got a 4-minute drive to the elementary school. As far as middle schools go, we got Ethan A. Chase Middle School in Heritage Lake. That is my neighborhood. All right. So yeah, we've got about a 7-minute drive to the middle school. So it's kind of just in the next neighboring community. And then for the high school, we got Heritage High. So Heritage High School is going to be a 9-minute drive. So kind of just a straight shot. So go up Menifee Road, turn right on 74, and then kind of right into the school, basically. So all three schools, less than 10 minutes. So just a really convenient spot if you're someone who has kiddos. All right. Next up, I am going to talk about some shopping. All right. So 7-Eleven on McCall. All right. This is the brand new shopping center that basically just opened. All right. Once again, it's right across from the elementary school. So we got about a 4-minute drive there. We got Starbucks. We've got a 7-Eleven gas station right next to Starbucks. There's a Chipotle on the left side that's it's built and up there. It's not open yet at the time of this recording, but should open any day now, basically. All right. I'm also in this giant dirt lot that you're going to see on the drone shots. They're building, obviously, a giant storage unit. Well, I guess not obvious, but the big building is a giant storage unit that they're building there. Not really a fan of having a giant storage place right by my house this close, but it is what it is. All right. But on this southeastern corner here, they're actually putting a McDonald's here, and then also a major chain grocery store. We believe it's going to be a Stater Brothers. Not 100% sure. All right, but when you move into this community and you go to this shopping center, you're going to see me. All right, because I live in Heritage Lake, so when this opens up, I'm going to be at McDonald's all the time. I go to the Starbucks pretty much every day to get my wife coffee, and it's like a little kept secret because there's hardly anyone in line ever here. All right, so you got the gas station here as well. So the immediate shopping is super, super close. But if you needed to go to the main shopping center there in Menifee, or I'm just going to put Target, the main shopping center, the Four Corners, as I like to call it, we're about a 15-ish minute drive. All right, you'll see there's some traffic right here on Newport. I would like to say it's only because of the time of the day, but definitely not the case. All right. Maybe it's because I'm doing this on a Wednesday and all the schools get out here half day on a Wednesday, so maybe there's some extra traffic, but it's about a 15-minute drive from this community to get to the main shopping center, the Four Corners there. So as I zoom in, you've probably heard me talk about it a million times if you're a regular here, but you see some of these things popping up. So you got Crumble Cookies, you got Red Robin's, you got Kohl's, Target, Miguel's Jr., In-N-Out Burger, there's a Lowe's, you got BJ's, Buffalo Wild Wings. There's just all kinds of different restaurants in this area. And as we go further down, you see Krispy Kreme, there's some other restaurants in here. There's a Habit in here. We go further down, you see the Olive Garden. There's also a shopping center right here with Chronic Tacos, Dave's Hot Chicken. There's a cool poke spot here. I get my poke here. Starbucks, Chronic Tacos. Then where there's the Olive Garden, you've got another restaurant here, Tacos and Tequila. I love this spot. Really cool. I don't want to say upscale Mexican food, but pretty good, pretty cool vibe in there. Kind of Instagrammy. You got Luna Grill, other, tons of different restaurants coming down here, and there's more coming. All right. Now, if we go across the way over here, top left corner of the Four Corners. All right, we got Jersey Mike's. You're gonna have Flame Broiler. There's an Applebee's, Texas Roadhouse, Chick-fil-A. So some good options there. Top right corner up here, you're gonna have Raising Cane's. You're gonna have an all-you-can-eat sushi spot. That's where I like to go. You're gonna LA Fitness for the gym. There's a Blaze Pizza, Coffee Bean. What else we got here? Some other stuff going on there. And then on this bottom right corner, you've got Savage Chef. I actually went there for lunch again over this past weekend. My mother-in-law had the kids, and wife and I went out for lunch there. All right, so we went there for Sunday brunch, actually. All right, so Savage Chef, my favorite restaurant in all of Menifee. You got Michi Tacos as well. Some other stuff where you got Ralph's. You've got Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, another gas station there. So that's kind of the main shopping center in Menifee. Now, if you're someone who needs to go to Costco, we're going down the freeway a little bit into Murrieta, about a 25-minute drive into Costco there. There's another big shopping center there, but that's kind of where Costco is. And then I'll do the Promenade Temecula. This is the main mall in the area, your traditional mall with the food court and all that kind of stuff, the department stores. So really nice mall. You got movie theater down here. There's another Costco out there. But there's kind of an outdoor, I am going to say it's a little bit more upscale section of the mall, like Apple Store, Lululemon. There's some other fancy stores that I'm trying to remember. I know there's a Yard House. But kind of just your more upscale stuff. They all, obviously I mentioned food court already. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods bowling alley, like a round one with an arcade. Lots of different, options here at the mall. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about Old Town Temecula, something I always cover. So Old Town Temecula, we're looking at about a 30-minute drive, so a little bit further south, you know, your mom and pop restaurants, that sort of thing. What else do I like to cover on this section? Hospitals. All right, so we got, for hospitals, we're going to go to Menifee Global Medical Center, which is right on the other side of the hills that you see in the background here. Well, why is it stopping here? It's having us go all around the world. Let's refresh the website. Why is it adding a stop? I don't want to add a stop. Let's just do that. All right, cool. There we go. We got a 5-minute drive to the hospital there in Menifee. We've got emergency room and all that sort of stuff. If it's a super mega emergency, you probably want to go somewhere else. So go to Loma Linda. Loma Linda down in Murrieta. I'm having to redo this. It had my address on here, so I went incognito mode because when I did my normal thing, it showed my address on the screen, so I didn't want to. There we go. Didn't want to have everyone seeing where I live. Anyway, so we're about 20 to 25 minutes from Loma Linda there. There's also our Kaiser facility in Murrieta is just 2 minutes south of that, so we'll call it 20 minutes to get to the Kaiser facility from where we are here. All right, next up, we are going to talk about the airports. I use those as points of reference, so let's talk about the Ontario airport. It's probably the closest one. There we go. All right, so to the Ontario airport, we're looking at about a little bit less than an hour. There is some traffic along the way. Normally it's about 45 minutes, but this is your most easy in and out of air, quick in, quick out, short security lines. Next up, we'll do the Irvine airport, so the John Wayne Airport in Irvine. Looking about an hour and 20 minutes to get into there. To the Palm Springs Airport. Right, if someone needs to get out to the desert, about an hour and 15, hour 10, hour 15. San Diego Airport. About an hour 15, hour 20 down there. And keep in mind, guys, I do use these as points of reference just so you can kind of see, you know, where other things are, just generally speaking. All right, or a little bit less than 2 hours to LAX. So that's a little bit of a ways out there. All right, the two last things I like to talk about are Disneyland and the beaches. So Disneyland are about an hour 15 normally. So we're about an hour 20-ish, hour 25 to Disneyland. And the next thing is the beaches. So we'll do La Jolla Shores Beach. So the beach down in San Diego, about an hour 15. Let's go Oceanside Pier. Oceanside Pier is about an hour and 5 minutes. And then I will drag this up and let's just do a beach down in let's do Dana Point. About an hour and 5 to the beaches down in Orange County. All right. I don't know why I redirected there, but it's an hour and 5. You guys saw it a second ago. Anyways, that kind of with school, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. So anyways, that about does it for the map. Let's go out and see this last dirt lot. And keep in mind, it is $60,000 discounted. All right, so the last thing I want to do today is show you this last dirt lot that's available. All right, this right here is going to be planned 1977. It's going to be 1,977 square feet. We're going to have 4 beds, 3 bathrooms, and this is the one that is discounted by $60,000. All right, with all the options selected, which we'll go over in a second, it's $670,000, and right now it's available for $610,000. All right, but anyways, so I'm gonna go in and kind of show you the floor plan and stuff on the computer in a second. But before we dive into my computer, what I wanted to do was kind of just show you guys this lot. All right, really good location. We're kind of on a corner lot here where the models are. All right, so you'll see this is kind of the models. That was one of the models. Next door to that, we got the other model. All right, that's currently the sales office. So this is the same street as the models. This was actually the parking lot. All right, for the models, the last thing they're turning into a house. So you're on a cul-de-sac right here with model homes, basically. So, you know, these are gonna have really good value, which is gonna help this house out equity-wise. And then we're super close to the park. All right, so you see the park there, right behind you across the way. All right, so you got the big park right there. So, and you guys just see how peaceful the neighborhood is. You see the guy pushing his kid in the stroller that they're running through. So very peaceful neighborhood. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into my computer and I'll kind of just show you guys what this house is going to have to offer. All right, guys, so we're on my computer. I just want to show you some of the upgrades in this floor plan and then also just walk you through the floor plan because we're staring at a dirt lot right now and you need to know what's here. So anyways, let's dive into the website and see what they've got. Alrighty, guys, so here is the floor plan. It's kind of what the house is going to look like from the exterior. So you see it's a 2-story house, as I mentioned. All right, 1,977 square feet, 4 to 5 baths, 3 sorry, 4 to 5 beds, 3 baths, 2-car garage. Now, this one in particular, all right, like I said, $610,000, so $609,990 to be specific. All right, but the one we're looking at is going to be 4 beds, 3 baths with a loft, 9-foot ceilings on the first floor. It's going to have granite countertops, and then vinyl plank flooring. All right, so it's going to have a similar flooring to those single-story houses that we saw earlier. And then it's going to have surround sound built in, so kind of a really cool entertainer's house. All right, so you'll see here, open floor plans, and have kitchen island loft, all that kind of stuff. But let's go in and kind of just show you what the floor plan looks like. Now, I don't know exactly what this floor plan has in store for us. All right, but this is just kind of good for us to see here. So you walk into this little porch area, you enter, you're going to have that little guest bedroom at the front of the house. Basically, it looks like with a closet there. I imagine those mirrored sliding closet doors. You get that guest bathroom downstairs with the looks like it's going to have a bathtub and shower combo here. All right, sometimes they just have the walk-in shower. All right, you have the stairs with a landing going up, but if you bypass that, you're going to have a little coat closet right there. Right, it does not look like it might. Maybe it does extend under the stairs. I guess you'll know when you get the house. All right, you get the garage access to the left. And as you go in, boom, you got the great room. So you got your big living room area here, possible area for dining table. And then you got your kitchen, all right, with the kitchen island. And then the sink is going to be underneath the windows over here. All right, and then the pantry over here, kind of those pop-in pantries that you could see there. All right, you're going to have some windows from the great room here and then the sliding glass door there. Let's go upstairs. Whoops. I'm zooming all over the place. Let's go see floor 2 now just to kind of see what's in store here. I can zoom out. There we go. All right, so as you come up the stairs, you have this nice big loft area up here. All right, or to the right, you're going to have your master bedroom. We'll go over that in a second. All right, but you got 2 more bedrooms up here. All right, with the closets. So this one over here looks like bedroom 2 because it has a little bit of a bigger closet. All right, bedroom 3 is over here. Very similar in size, it looks like. At the end of the hallway, you're going to have a giant laundry room, it looks like, with a shelf above. All right, over here, you have your second bathroom kind of before we get to those bedrooms, right off the loft and the stairs. All right, you got the shower tub combo. Looks like it has 1 sink. Alrighty, and then to the primary bedroom. This thing looks massive. So a huge room. Looks like it's got 2 windows up here. All right, you come in here, you have a linen closet, and you have your water closet, and a throne area right there. You're going to have your shower here. This one looks like it's going to have a walk-in shower. I guess the other combination potentially is to get rid of this, have the soaking tub right there, and then the walk-in shower right there, and get rid of that linen closet. I think is probably another option. And then you see this linen closet right here that's always going to be there next to the his and her sinks, and then a really good-sized walk-in closet upstairs, probably very similar to the last house that I showed you guys of the single story. So, anyways, I wanted to walk you guys through that one. Again, that is going to be planned 1977 square feet. It's going to have 4 beds, 3 baths, plus a loft, and it's $610,000. Alrighty, guys, so that wraps this video up. We toured the 3 quick move-ins they've got left. We hopped on that dirt lot, and I showed you guys what was going there. Hopped on a map, and I showed you guys, what it's like to live here whenever school, shopping, medical care, all that sort of stuff to see if this was your somewhere in SoCal. All right. The really cool thing here, you got houses in Menifee starting at $550,000. All right, to put that in perspective, guys, I'm currently selling other single-story houses in Menifee less than 10 minutes from here, all right, still in Menifee, that are starting in the low 600s with no upgrades. All right, so this is a really good value play, all right, and just all the growth coming to this area, I think it's a great long-term investment, all righty. And then the location with the shopping, the schools, the freeway access, all that sort of stuff just really snowballs into an awesome opportunity as they're wrapping up this community and really discounting these houses, like I said, all the way up to $60,000. All right, a couple things I want to touch on before we get out of here. Number one, HOA, as I mentioned earlier, $81 a month, dirt cheap for an HOA in this area, and it includes this amazing park that I'm walking by right now. There's also another park super close by as well. All right, the other thing is going to be the tax rate. 1.83%. Once again, that is super low compared to the other new builds in the area, which are often right around 2%. All right, and that does include special assessments, MLRUs, all that sort of stuff. Alrighty, if you liked anything you saw today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. They come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. Another thing, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff where I'm touring new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal, if you like the stuff, do the stuff. Like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. The other thing, I'm gonna put that QR code above the shoulder right here. All right, as I mentioned earlier, that's why I get about 90% of my research done for these videos. All right, 90% of the communities are here. All right, and whether you're moving to the Inland Empire or Texas or Vegas or Arizona, a lot of the new builds in the whole country are on this link. So as you're watching on TV right now, scan that and make a little account and enjoy looking at some houses. Alrighty. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping. YouTube's gonna put a video over this shoulder. If you like this video, you're probably gonna like that video, and I'll see you in that.